I've got a couple of these, came in on an auction somewhere on eBay, I think it was. That's got no brushes in it. The armature does turn. Don't know if you can see it. Can't tell the condition just like that, but looks like it's seen a bit of moisture. That might be a dog. And then this rubbers off the trigger. Trigger looks like it's broken. That trigger's not much better either. I'm guessing that's a bit of a common fault with these, I'm guessing. You can see that's just the case of that cover's come right off. So let's see what happens when we put a bit of power to it. Right. Well, drill seems to work. Hammer drill just worked before. Hammer only seems to be making noise, at least anyway. What's worth doing? We could pop the brushes out of this and put them in that and see if that does anything. And failing that, we can take the trigger out of that, put it in this, and see if that fixes it. Any which way we go about it. Ooh. Seems to be some uneven wear there. Don't know if that's the best idea now. Anyway, might damage a set of brushes, but probably would have needed an extra set anyway, so not the end of the world. At least I can find out what's going on with that other hammer drill. Well, that's pretty much the same. What are these called? DHR202, I think. Just give that a cap so it doesn't fly up when I turn it on. Chuck another one in here. Well, let's just see if it runs. Dead. That might be a loose connection in the bottom because, yeah, it's quite a bit sloppier than that one. However, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We know this works permanently on, so let's see if we can salvage this. At least one of them. So let's try and keep the one that is working. And then we'll see if we can see what's wrong with the other one. Right, you wait there a minute. You're the good one. Wow. The head's a sign to get a better camera mount. Anyway, worry about that another day. Just take in. a fair few screws, isn't it? I see a lot of vibration. It's like the multi-tool, they've got the bumper at the bottom. Oh, there's that rubber. Where's that pin? There's that pin as well. Pin, rubber. And then let's take him out. Can stay in there. Yeah, I think on that one, because that's shaking loose, that them rubbers there might have perished all the way through and might have pulled that out. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just see if we can see what's going on with it first. Oh yeah. If I remember right, because the brushes are out, this should, yeah, just come apart. Nice and easy. It's not as dirty as I thought it'd be. A bit of clean work. Thought it'd be filthy. I've got a feeling that'll be worse inside. Okay. There we go. Same. So, see what's going on here with this switch. Nice copper heatsink there. And cheap out with aluminium. Selector. Well, that's seen better days, hasn't it? You, come here. You, come here. That's interesting. I've seen that before. Alright. And the brush holders are screwed in. On a lot of the smaller, lighter duty tools, they don't do that. They just sit in. Nice state, nice clean state. Surprised the switch is gone. Looking at it. I wonder. Anyway, let's see what kind of state that switch is in. Oh, the spring works even if the boot is gone. Oh, this should be fun. If I ever bother keeping a tidy desk, my life might have been a bit easier. However, far be it from me to make my life easy. He's the one I'm going to lose. You come over here. And then let's just have a look inside you and see what your switch is like. Oh, that's a bit stiff. Try loosen up the housing. That makes them any easier to slide out. There, oh, look at that. Look at that. He's just been left in water to rust, I think. And thrown on the scrap pile and forgotten about that one. Surprised actually, that bearing still moves. However, don't expect much from that. Right, you are from that one. Stay over there. Don't get confused. Don't get me confused. Look at the state of this. This is actually a completely different colour. Strange as that. I wonder if this was from one of those special edition models. See the blue and the green? Huh. Saying that, this one's the same. Okay. Let's have a look. Doesn't look any better, if I'm honest. Looks like it's been swimming. However, it's the spring really, isn't it? If I knew how to do it, I could try opening it up. However, before we do that, let's just try and do it the easy way. Let's just try and switch him over. Because all he's missing is there's a spring that goes on the end of them to make sure he pushes back out. I think once that spring goes back on, if you can see it just under there, you'd be right. But then there's nothing holding him on because he snapped off of those arms. So even if we did get him back together and get the spring on him, he still wouldn't work. Yeah, so let's just negative on the front, positive on the back. And then, no, I don't want to solder. These look slightly different. I suppose if I don't want to solder, I could just swap the whole thing. Oh, this is nice and clean. These, minging. No, he's blown. Yeah, he's blown. If you can see the housing on that shattered because it's got too hot at some point, whereas this is nice and new. 3206. I think that's a different one. Yeah, he's seen a bit of heat, hasn't he? Damn it. I had a little think, and I was playing with this thinking, can I take this off and the spring off and just replace this instead of replacing the whole thing? Because obviously that transistor's blown, so this switch might not even work. So it's a bit kind of like, what do we do now? What I'm thinking is I'll just replace the whole switch. But what I'll do is I'll leave this stuff in. So I'll disconnect it from here, if I can. Take that off. So we can stick this LED back in wherever it's supposed to go, like so. Put him back in there. Because we don't need to change LED. Because generally speaking, I think this is in much better condition than the other one. So I'd rather keep as many bits as this from this as I can. No, leave that there for now. And I'm guessing this little thing will be in better condition as well. I'm hoping. Anyway. I'm with you. A bit awkward. Come on. Alright, ease up. Ease up. Get him out without breaking him. Well, it matters, but. Right, he's out. I should get him in. But what I'll do is I'll just snip them. On and, you know, do that. So, what do I need? What do I need? What do I need? What do I need? Probably doing fine, to be honest. It's tough enough. Let's get him out. Let's press him in. Slip him out. More awkward on this one. Right, Same there. You come out of there. Yeah, there. Yeah, there. And I've got a switch that might work almost. Don't know if I should even bother trying that. It's blown up. Ever the optimist, me. Ever the optimist. Okay, so what we're looking at here then. Let's get him back in. Right, he's in there, good and tight. Yeah. Hey, what's wrong with you? Why are you not sitting in? Where do you want to go? Right, that's you in there. You have a boot over you, don't you? Like so. That way. Going like that. And then you plug into him like so. Yep. You slip into there. Like that. And then you go onto the battery connector. Shit. Always make notes. Always make notes. E's a negative. That's too easy. Shut up. Just bent him while I was taking him out. Squeeze him back in. So you should grab them nice and tight. Not tight enough if you ask me. That'll be right. Do you want to tighten it up as well, don't you? Shouldn't be in and out by hand, I don't think. Not with the amount of rattling this will get when it's working. There you go. Yeah, that's better. Go on then, let's have a look. See a lot of balance in that, isn't it? Wow. So what do? We just cut them off. So he goes in here. He goes in here. He goes in here. And then this just sits nicely in there. So the ideal place for a connection would be here, I think, on that bend. Do I have some straight connectors? Because nobody likes soldering really, do they? Do they? I don't. You'll do. You'll do for the little yellow one. I think they're big enough. Well, we'll see. I've got a size bigger if I need it. Oh, am I going to regret this? Probably, but what can you do? Stick them on the curve as well. Yeah, it should have been a touch longer. Ideally, but don't matter. A bit more, too much. See, perfect, perfect. Okay, go size down on him then. Choose the reds, I think. Just a nicer fit. Yeah. There's a bit crimp. Like, stand there. I've got a mate, and he crimps the left side and then the right side. And sometimes that's easier because then you can just crimp this off just so it stays in place. And then you can just come back and crimp that off. But I never used to do it like that. I used to crimp both halves at the same. I used to put them both in and struggle and hold them. But not suppose it really matters as long as it gets done. Just start doing it like this because it seems easier. Oh, I thought I was going to be too long. Go away with it. I don't think I've got one smaller than there in this set. let's give it a go with this. If it doesn't, then I'll go looking for a smaller one. Yeah, I'll be fine. There we go. So, stick these back in here. Stick him back in there. Realise I cut far too much cable, and then hope I can find somewhere to shove it all. Just thinking in my head, shall I offset the cuts so all the 3 bits end up in different places? Definitely should have. Definitely should have. However, all is well that ends well. That's it. Yeah, I did cut the right one and put the right one on. That would have been fun. Okay, so that's the broken one. That's the broken switch. It's the whole broken casing. All of this is much nicer, so I'm going to keep all of that. This is pretty much how it needs to be. Roll out the way of everything. You are fixed in, you are fixed in, I believe. The housing should just sit on nicely and almost should have cleaned that switch out a bit better as well. Come on. Really? Well, that going. There we go. There we go. Yep, yep. Okay. Let's try again. Oh yeah. No. Yes. No. Okay. Something going wrong at the back there. Seems to be here. Let's see what I've done wrong. You seem to be in the right place. You seem to be in the right place also. You're in the wrong place. Or is it him? That spring washer. That's gone together fine, but I've just noticed I've got a wire running much closer to that than I'd like. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, should be fine. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, battery slides in from the front, usually, isn't it, on these? Yeah, battery slides in that way. The screws go in that one. So this one goes in like so. Little pin. Yeah. Just line that pin up so it goes in nice. You see it in there. And I'm using this one now. I'm just going to pinch that out of there. Find that rubber in there and put them in here. Just because it's better. Got an extra screw. What have I done? Where is it from? Okay. Where are you from? It must be from him somewhere. Not this one. I hope. Let's see. Just get these out of the way for a second so they don't interfere with me seating him in. Yeah, he's spinning nice. Let's put them back in. Fingers crossed my tomfoolery worked and that blown transistor didn't burn out the switch. Always trying to get right. Come back and tighten you up by hand if I need to. But for now, let's get brushes in and see if it worked. I don't know if I've got any SDS Plus bits. Good to test the tool holder. That's another drama with these. Have I got an SDS bit somewhere? I don't know. Anyway, that's a different problem. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, you bugger. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Let's try this again. There we go. Just line up that pin again and that screw. Silly. It's better. Didn't line up with battery connector. Much better. Oh, it's not running. Working. Okay, drill. Okay. And hammer. Oh, hammer. Need to find an SDS bit. Oh wait, let's try reverse. So in reverse. Interesting. Okay, working drill. Right then, we've got this one sorted. But doesn't look very nice. So should give them a bit of a clean. See how it polishes up. Now, bit of cement. That's a bit of mastic. Bit of cork, by the looks of it. All seems to come off fairly easily. Just in. There we go. Sometimes I take one look at these and think, is there even any point in even attempting to clean these up? But then they always look a bit better. They never look brand new, but they look a bit better, and they usually run a bit better, even though it might just be in my head. But probably would have been good to spend some time while I was stripping it down to give the inside a proper clean, but I think at the time I was just more interested in seeing if it would work. Because believe it or not, you can't always fix them, and you never want to sink too much time into the ones you can't fix. But then you don't want to give up too early, just in case you could have fixed it. The thing is, when you actually clean it yourself, you don't realise how clean it is, because, or how clean it's got in comparison to what it looked like before, because you've watched it change slowly. As you clean it bit by bit, you don't get the full effect of the before and after until you see it on the video, before and after. So and then it's a lot of the time it's the small things as well, like just I always find repainting the Makita white again just adds a bit of life to it, makes it feel a bit newer or a bit less abused. To be fair, I was surprised by the inside of this. It wasn't as beat up on the inside as it is on the outside. I feel like it did more miles just getting kicked about in a toolbox than actually getting used. feel like a lot of the wear on it probably wasn't. Well, the LED works. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the damage on it is transit rather than actual damage on the job. But I'll know more when I get some bits in it. Actually see how it runs, how it drills, how it hammers, how it chisels. Probably should try dyeing these tools. I've seen some guys, they just get some boiling water and some all-purpose dye or something, or clothing dye, I don't know what it was, can't remember, I'll have to look it up. And they just yeah, heated up some water, stripped it down and just threw the clamshell in. I suppose I could have got a spare clamshell now, haven't I? I could probably give that motor a go. All the windings look burnt out. Behave yourself. Because you can, I found with a lot of these Makita tools, you can bypass the switches. So if the switches aren't working, you can just give power to the motor, and your tool still works then. Which is pretty cool if you want to rescue an old tool that isn't worth throwing a lot of money at. Very nice, very nice. Whoops. Messed that one up a bit, didn't I? Nope. If I didn't do anything else, did get a bit more ink out. Right, well, definitely going to need a new pen. Yeah, he's dead. Let him go. I'll get a new pen. It's alright. That'll do for now. That's better. Yeah. A little bit cleaner than he was. Well, as clean as you can get it on a dirty bench, I guess.